Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Now that you have won 1 billion naira, remember those of us who are not insulting you. Shehu Sani congratulates Kanu. Now that you have won 1 billion naira, remember those of us who are not insulting you. Shehu Sani congratulates Kanu. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, stay tuned as I read today's news. On his Facebook page, Sani wrote, "My brother Nnamdi Kanu, now that you have won 1 billion naira, remember those of us who are not insulting you. When you are out, I will tell you the names of all those open and hidden enemies. Shehu Sani." On his Facebook page, Sani wrote, "My brother Nnamdi, now that you have won 1 billion naira, remember those of us who are not insulting you. When you are out, I will tell you the names of all those open and hidden enemies. Shehu Sani, former Kaduna senator." On his Facebook page, Sani wrote, "My brother Nnamdi, now that you have won 1 billion naira, remember those of us who are not insulting you. When you are out, I will tell you the names of all those open and hidden enemies." To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. And now before I go, there's something I'm not getting straight. Are these people trying to partner with Nnamdi Kanu because of the 1 billion naira that has been awarded for him, or because he won a case against the federal government? And as a matter of fact, I believe Shehu Sani should be a northern man. And from in my own opinion, I think he has been the only man which me personally I see that has not been in any way insulting Kanu or say anything negative against him. You see, one of the issues we have in this country is discrimination. And now it is obvious. Even the definition of that discrimination is obvious. Why will people causing atrocities in northern side, after they are being apprehended, they will release them and tell the public that they are now a genuine repentance? How sure are we that they are really genuinely, this country, they have seen us as too gullible. And I don't blame them, just because the actions we are putting now is new to them, because what we have not been doing is solely strange, and they feel fine. We want to wage a war against them, which is not the truth. But just because the federal government itself is violent, that's the reason why they do not want us to talk. They do not want us to do anything. They do not want us to share our expression. Now, Kanu has been in detention of the DSS since last year, June. And yet, they keep adjourning his case. For how long? Don't we all think that there is something fishy about this news? Don't you all think these people have something they are trying? Don't you think they are cooking something they are just trying to reveal to us? Maybe they want to apprehend Kanu till the next election, because already Kanu, they already see Kanu as a threat to them. So they feel if Kanu is out, Kanu would still go and do something against them. So their evil plans will not work out. They already see Kanu as a southeastern savior, as an IPOB leader. Then the act of a leader is in him already. So they already see him as a threat. That's the reason why they are trying all means just to bring Nnamdi Kanu down. And now, before I go, I have a comment here which I would love to read. A first comment which I have says, "But Sani, you know Buhari rather died than paying that money, and you know it." You know something about federal government is, I don't know how to put it, but they believe they have this power. Indeed, they have the power, but we give them the power. Even Igbo that won the case against federal government, they haven't given him anything. Talk less of Nnamdi Kanu that just won a case against federal government. Federal government are treating people, they are treating us unfairly. It is really unfair because a court has already passed an order, and yet the government is not still doing anything. Are we saying the government, the judge does not have the right to give an order to the federal government, and thereafter that the federal government has given an order, then what is still keeping the federal government away? What is still keeping the federal government waiting? Even they said they should apologize on 3 national dailies, and yet they haven't done anything. Another comment here says, "I will be glad if this is upheld by an appeal court, so as to introduce respect for rule law and differentiate us from animals." Another comment here says, "For you to be identified as one who do not insult Kanu shows that you are truly on the path of truth. Unfortunately, that position is abhorrently viewed by the so-called leaders, some politicians. It is just a matter of time for light to take over darkness in this situation and circumstance. Sani, you are sometimes hilarious. As Bob Marley said, sometimes your worst enemies could be your best friend, and your best friend your worst enemy. That's just the fact being said jokingly by Shehu, Sani." To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let us know what your view is all about today's news. Thank you for listening.